They took our butter.
That's a tank.
Let's freaking go. The crispy double kill. Let's freaking go to the flames. What is going on, gamers, and welcome back to another Battlefield gameplay video. Hey, in this video I'm going to be just kind of breaking down some initial tips I can give you if you are just starting your sniping adventures in the Battlefield series, or even if this is just your intro to sniping in Battlefield 1 and you have sniped in previous Battlefield titles as I have. Just some bits of advice that I can give you for getting your ball rolling and getting yourself set in the right direction. So the very first thing I would tell you in regards to sniping in Battlefield 1 is that it feels a lot less technical than in previous titles. In Battlefield 3 or 4, it feels a lot less technical. There are fewer sniping gadgets and scopes and all that business. It used to be really technical. You used to mark out specifically which hashes on your scope you could rely on at 50 yards and 100 yards or however many yard increments, and you would use those things as a pointer. I can tell you that it seems to me like there's considerably less bullet drop than I'm anticipating. When I sight in Battlefield 1, and a lot of times when I miss, it's because I've actually shot too high. I'm anticipating more bullet drop than is actually required. I see that was barely any bullet drop at that range, and that was a pretty considerable range. I mean, the guy looks pretty tiny, and there I shot slightly over the guy's head and I totally missed him. And so even at that range, there's very little bullet drop in Battlefield 1. So I would tell you, if you find yourself missing a lot, maybe bring your sights down a little bit more. I mean, the worst that could happen is that you're going to get more body shots, but it's better than whiffing everything and sending bullets way over people's noggins and off into the distance. So anticipate less bullet drop than you may initially account for. So you'll see a couple of times in this gameplay, I actually sight in on a guy, take my shot, miss, cycle another round, and bring my sights down a smidge, and then I connect. So that's one of the things that I would tell you to keep an eye out for. I would also tell you that it seems like quick scoping in close quarters combat in Battlefield 1 seems to be relatively easy to do. So when you find yourself in close proximity to someone who's pushing up on you, like in that opening clip of this video, the third guy suddenly up in my grill hitting me with his primary weapon, I just quick scope and then switch to the sidearm to finish off the kill. That's relatively reliable. I would tell you to maybe default to doing that than to just switching to your sidearm for a one-on-one engagement in medium range or close range. Try, if you have your sniper out already, don't waste the time to switch to the sidearm too early. Just go for that quick scope to the body. I've found that to be a pretty reliable tactic. So think about that. There seems to be very little flinch when you're getting hit, when you're getting peppered with another weapon from your opponent. So I think that's what makes it easier. Another thing I would tell you to do is spot everything. When you sight in, keep tapping. Oh, by the way, you see the post-game screen there. That was all sniping in Conquest, and I got 30 and 8. So you can definitely have some really positive games. But anyways, spot everything. That's what I would tell you, is to spot everything. Whenever you sight in with your sniper rifle, make sure you're using that right bumper, or if you're on console. If you're on PC, whatever your spot button you have it mapped to, make sure you're spotting everything and calling it out. Because even when you're missing your snipes, as long as you're spotting targets, you're getting points, you're leveling up your recon. And in previous Battlefield titles, the recon class has been one of the slower ones to rank up, relatively speaking, because the things that you do to get points are a little bit they're a little less consistent, right? Everyone is going to be using the medic. Everyone is going to be if you're in the squad and you're a medic, they're going to be going to you and you're going to be getting points. If you're support, they're going to be going to you to get ammo, right? It's easier to get points that way. So you have to make sure. That takes me to my next point. Make sure that you stay engaged. One of the worst ways to play snipers in the Battlefield series is to find a really remote, far off location and then just camp up there and try and snipe people down. You're going to do very little good to your team. in that scenario, you're also going to be doing a lot less good to yourself, because you're going to be so disengaged that you're not getting a lot of points. And Battlefield tries to make it easy for you to get points just by playing very objectively and team-based. So if you're really withdrawn like that, there's just fewer opportunities for you to be getting points. So it's going to take you longer to level up your recon class, unlock new stuff, level up and get more war bonds. So make sure that you are in a position where you're engaged with whatever the objective is, be it conquest or operations or rush or whatever you may be doing. Stay engaged. Also, you're going to get more squad spawn points, because when you're really far and withdrawn, your squad's not really going to want to spawn on you because you're so far away from the objective points that they're like, well, that's a longer walk than the deployment is. So make sure you're staying engaged. You definitely want to be useful. Have angles on objective points so you can get defense or offensive points in that capacity. So keep that in mind. Yeah, definitely do not be too withdrawn. Also, make sure you're comfortable with your sidearm. Sometimes when people learn your location, you may have to find, and you saw me do this in the previous clip, when I went up the stairs in that small building by the railway, and then I just watched the stairs because I knew they knew where I was and they were starting to push on me, and I was able to get 3 kills in quick succession just with the sidearm because I had an angle that they would have to walk backwards up the stairs if they were to see me. So bait people in, use your sidearm to your advantage. Those are some of my initial tips I can give you if you want to have success sniping in Battlefield 1. Hopefully you found it helpful, and hopefully I will catch you on the battlefield.